The next leg of my journey was a 24-hour bus ride that I wasn't particularly looking forward to. Sumatran buses were extremely cramped and uncomfortable. With only a few stops for refreshments, it was one of the least popular parts of the journey through Sumatra. On the plus side, the ride was exhilarating, with the drivers racing their buses flat out along poor country roads. When we eventually arrived at Prapat, I caught a ferry across Lake Toba to Sumatra Island, where I was to stay for the next couple of weeks. I rented a Batak house to stay in. It cost around 50 pence a night, so when another traveller asked to share it with me, it made it the cheapest accommodation that I enjoyed on my world tour. These houses were very basic, a bit like a barn inside, and with no bathroom, but we were able to bathe and wash our clothes in the lake. This was the view from just outside where I stayed. The rent I paid also entitled me to use the dugout canoe, although paddling it without falling out was quite a skill. The island is around 50 miles long and 20 miles wide, and lying at an altitude of over 4,000 feet, it enjoys a very pleasant climate that is warm but fresh. There was virtually no motor transport on the island, but a network of footpaths made walking a pleasure. The climate was perfect for a lot of plants that wouldn't grow at lower altitudes, and wildflowers abounded all over the island, contrasted against the lush green tropical vegetation. Although Indonesia was predominantly Muslim, the islanders were mainly Christian, converted by missionaries during the Dutch colonization of the country. There was also evidence of their earlier animist religion on some of the tombs and graves. There were several villages on the island, and there was some rivalry between them for the tourist business. Wherever we went, the people were very friendly and seemed very happy and carefree. This is a traditional Batak house, little changed in the last 2,000 years. In contrast, this house has acquired a corrugated tin roof. Water buffalo roamed freely, grazing across the rice paddies. They were quite docile animals and were used to plough fields and pull carts. Small children were often left to tend them. Tranquility was the word that I would say most summed up Sumatra Island, and I thoroughly enjoyed my stay there. But all good things come to an end, and so it was back onto the ferry to Prapat, and then a 5-hour bus ride to Medan. Medan, the capital of the Aceh province, was rather uninteresting, but I only had a night there prior to my flight to Penang the next morning.